I love this experience. Cody's been just a wonderful experience. And I've always been fathering and having special experiences with little people. I love the tree because it was an experience we had together. And we have a day-to-day, we have an experience every summer, but I'm glad she did it because it gave her a great experience with her mother. So those were challenging experiences that we were having an experience. Let's say me and a wife would have an experience, or even me and one of my kids would have an experience that's being filmed by our experience being public, because all the fruit that I got from it with my children and my experience. Our kids are starting to trickle in. We're going to sit down and have a whole family experience here. We read through the nativity. We have an experience together. And there's one time when I'm watching all the wives in the kitchen work together, knocking hips. And I was really pleased to see the experience.
Go, okay, we're starting a new adventure. We're starting a new experience.
The pain of this experience has caused much trouble.
I watched my mom and my dad have a honeymoon experience.
When Truly Scrumptious comes into the family, it's this beautiful experience.
You keep using the word.
Janelle came in the family, and it diluted this experience I had with Mary.
I don't think it means what you think it means.
The experience of that coming together. Mary comes to the picnic, and we're having this experience. It's just not that easy. It's like I've gone through an entire experience.
It was a sweet experience.
I got a feeling through this experience that having this experience with Ariella here, I always wanted this big family experience. I had this wonderful experience with my own family. We had this whole experience with this catfish. This tattered bunch of t-shirts is just like an old unraveling of our 30-year experience.
Kody wants a soulmate experience with each one of his wives.
It's just a shock to me, the whole experience.
When I came to the family, I saw this big group family team experience.
Being in this Christmas house is a wonderful experience. We have an experience. We have this nice family experience, and it was a pleasant experience.
I miss the big experience.
Wink.
Hello. It took me a while to get there. Hello and happy Valentine's Day, sister friends. My hair is just doing its own thing today, so we're just going to deal with it. But I put on red for you with my happy face. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, Knit My Bit. Everybody from the UK, Jane. Hello. Happy Valentine's Day, Elizabeth. Jane, hopefully you can join us later. We'll be having a little bit of tea on the other channel at, I think, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And not reading Becoming Sister Wives, not reading Sister Wife. Oh my gosh, where is it? Too many books here. Revenge. I do recall this chapter was going to be a long one, so we'll probably only read like half of it today, but we're getting near the end. And the new book's coming out soon. All right, so do join. Who else is here? This is an odd time, and I didn't know who was going to be celebrating Valentine's Day, but here I am. I did get my Ferrero Rochers from my husband for Valentine's Day today. So, and as you notice, the whole bottom row is almost gone. It's not good. And I wonder why I struggle with my weight. Okay, Miss Allie D, happy Valentine's Day. Liz, happy Valentine's Day. Wendy, Anonymous, Deborah. Hello, hello, hello. Cindy Diller, Jane over there in the UK. Sarah's here. Hi, Sarah. Sunshine Bear, hello. Let's see. Some of these are repeats. Kathy's here. Sally's here. Aaron Wallace, which I may be pronouncing that incorrectly. Wendy. Oh, good. There's lots of people here. I'm so happy. I thought, well, it was about, 15 minutes ahead of time. And by then I usually see that there's well over 100 people in the chat, or at least chatting away. And it just said 3 waiting. There were no comments. Nobody has said anything. And only 3 people were waiting. So waiting in the wings. I'm not gonna comment. Oh, hi Dom. Hi Swagger. Okay. I hope I didn't miss anybody here. Aaron, Bonnie, Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. Oh, I did pronounce it correctly, Erin. Okay, good. Good. That makes me happy. All right. Oh, Kathy, did you get chocolate covered strawberries? Oh, that's delightful. Delightful. I'm pretty much happy with anything that is chocolate. Okay. So I apologize for the time change. It was supposed to be 1:00. It was. And then I had a conflict that came up this week, and I had to cancel my dermatology skin check, which was supposed to happen in December. But my physician assistant, who does my skin checks and who caught my melanoma last time, and my surgeon even said, "Who was it that caught this? This was really good," because it looked just like a freckle to me. And it wasn't. I said, "Oh, it's Shirley." And she's like, "Oh, yeah, she's great." Well, she couldn't do it in December. That was 3 months because she was having surgery. So I scheduled it for January. And then it ended up being the week of the baby shower. So I had to cancel that. Or it was not literally the week of, but while I was down in Tennessee. So I had to reschedule it for this month. And then a conflict came up this week. I'm like, are you kidding me? And Shirley's leaving the practice and going to another one. But there was a cancellation today, 2 days later. And I'm like, I'll take it. I'll rearrange my live stream. So I got in to see Miss Shirley, who's very good at finding and diagnosing things. She unfortunately did another biopsy in another spot on me today, but she's much more hopeful, and she thought that it looked much better than the last one. We're just being preventative, which is why I like her, and I'm going to follow her to her next practice. But I love my surgeon. But she said that I could still use that surgeon. I go, in the unlikely circumstance, because we're not planning on this happening, but in the event melanoma pops up somewhere else and needs a actual surgery, not a biopsy, and I see you at another place, can I go to this hospital system to use Dr. Vidamos? I'll go ahead and say your name if you happen to be in the Northeast Ohio area, because I think she's the chief of dermatology. Somehow I got lucky and God gave me the best surgeon that there was. And she's amazing. And I loved her. Her personality is great. Her bedside manner is great. And her skill set is great. In fact, my daughter complimented me. She knows stitches just because of pets. But at any rate, she complimented because she wanted a picture of my stitches in the back. So I had my husband take a picture and I sent it to her. And she's like, wow, that was a really good job on those stitches. I told her I could care less what the stitches look like. In fact, I told her, I want you to go in deeper and wider than you were planning on for the surgery, because we want to get this MF out of here. I don't want it reappearing. But melanoma comes and goes however it wants to. So that's why I'm here at a weird time. And we're here on Saturday as opposed to Monday, because Monday I will be on the road driving to Tennessee, because we are closing on the townhome this week. And Tuesday is my walkthrough final inspection day. I think they call it blue tape walkthrough. I'm learning lots. Anyway, lots going on. Yes, lots going on. But I'm here, and I'm going to be back at 7, I think. I don't remember what time I put, 7 or 7:15, on the other channel, Reality TV Breakdown. So do join us if you want to participate in a little snarky discussion of Meghan and Harry. I'm pretty snarky to both of them. So, all right. Oh, you're losing your doctor. And you know, when a doctor goes, it's hard enough that literally this year, after 30 plus years of our insurances always being the same in the school district my husband works at currently, they changed our primary, they changed our vision, they changed our dental, they changed our prescription insurances. And now that I got a new prescription, somehow this one prescription I get, they need to go through another place. So now I have a fifth place that I'm dealing with. It's just been a lot. And so when she said she's leaving, I was just like, please, come on, throw me a bone. It's been a rough year of a lot of change. Home with everything. Not all bad, not all good, just lots of change. I'm just ready to not have change. That's it. All right. Oh, you just got him back a year ago and he was down the street. Nice, nice. Okay. American healthcare is pathetic. Indeed. Preach. This is why we are being so nice. I should have bought these Ferrero Rochers for my husband because he's 7 years older than me. So in our American healthcare system, because all my jobs were 1099, which just means you don't pay the taxes. You pay the taxes at the end of the year, but they don't take anything out, which means they don't take Social Security out, which means my retirement is based on my husband. My medical insurance is based on my husband. So I'm being as nice as possible. Like, can you work an extra 7 years so I could stay on your medical insurance until I can get on Medicare? He can go on Medicare, but I can't. So what can you do? All right. I have to say, that being said, the health care that my husband does have through his employer is very good. So there's that. And in America, you can stay on it until you're 26. I think your 27th birthday, you go off. Because my daughter, the vet, is just going off of it now. She stayed on it this whole time, even though she got married, and you can still stay on your parents' insurance. So that's a good thing. And my son is on it because it's just a better insurance than the one that his work provided. So I'm like, stay on it. Might as well. So there's pros. There's pros and cons. Generally, everything sucks. So that's why I wanted to point out when there are upsides. Okay, so today we are doing, an ad is running right now. I was trying to let it run so a few of the ads would, we're on 2 out of 5. So I'll keep talking for a minute. This is probably the second break would be my guess that it's running through ads now. I tried to let it start to run before we started to get through some of the commercials, hoping that could go back and we could do a longer segment without having to have the commercials interrupt us. But we are doing the one where he goes back, Kody goes back with his wives. Well, shoot, I don't, Wyoming or Montana? I never remember which one's which. I don't think they spent a lot of time. I think Kody, Wyoming is where Kody would have been high school probably. And then I think they moved to Montana after that, right? Or did he start in Montana? Gosh, you think I'd know this with as many hours as I've spent discussing this stuff, but I guess those little details don't matter much to me. At any rate, that's where we're going to go. Maybe it's Kody. I don't know. It's wherever his high school was. We'll find out. And this is where, the people from high school were like, we always thought he was gay. I'm like, really? Crossed my mind here and there too. All right. Hello, Elena. Welcome. Glad you're here. Lunty's here. Lots of people. Welcome. Happy Karen. Happy Valentine's Day. Okay. Here we go. All right. It's through the commercial, so I'm going to go back to the beginning now. And Robin looks so young. Oh my gosh. She has aged. Boy, has she aged. Goodness gracious. Okay, I'm going to turn the sound up. I will comment on where we are. This again is season 3, episode 5. All right. I call her yes. Kathy says my Jenny. Forrest Gump. Okay, can I share one more thing before we get started? For all of you who, I did a little marketplace shopping to get some stools to take down. So I had a place to sit at an island so I can live stream you when I'm down there. And then I have a mattress that's going to be arriving from Wayfair because I didn't want to marketplace a mattress. Probably I'll get the bed frame and the head frame and all that from Marketplace down there, or one of those Bob's discount stores or something. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm calling an audible once I get down there, but at least I have a chair to sit at an island. And so while I was on Marketplace looking for stuff, I came across a blanket, which is keeping me warm right now. And I got it because it was West End, which might not mean much to anybody. And I completely understand if it means nothing to anybody. It was, gosh, I wonder, it won't show it to me anymore because she took it down. I wanted to confirm the original price she was asking on it. And I should have looked up for you guys how much it is online. All I can tell you is something that's West End is 4 to 5 times the price you would normally pay for the same item because it has that name on it. That's all. So if I look here in my conversation with her, oh yeah, she was asking $35 for it, which I thought that's a really good price. I mean, that's a good price just for a regular nice throw. So I said, if you'll part with it for $20, I'll take it. And she said, yeah, sure. If I could show you the picture of it, which I can't now because she took down the listing, but it looked pretty chintzy and pretty throw. And I thought, well, and she showed that it had the tag that said West End on it. And I'm like, my niece will be impressed. Maybe some people, if we did eventually a year from now turn it into a rental, they'll be impressed with it. It ended up coming in this huge bag. I was expecting it to be like thin and just smashed into a little grocery bag. She had it in one of those big, like Target size bags that you get. And look at this thing. It is so thick and so nice. I can't believe I got it for $20. I'm shocked. And sure enough, there's a tag, West Elm. Did I say West Elm or West End? I may have said the wrong thing because what do I know about designer stuff? I know this is a warm thing and so nice. And I love to share when I get a good buy. That was a good buy. I don't know that this is going to the rental, though. I think I might keep it here at home. It might stay right here in the office. It matches this room. It's kind of got gray and white, and it might be my lap blanket. Okay, we're going to get to the show now. My apologies. My apologies. I'm rambling. Let me close out of everything Facebook Marketplace so that I'm not even tempted to discuss it. But, you know, women, we love to share when we have a good deal. Okay. Okay. Here we go. I hope you can hear this. Let me get the volume up plenty loud. Okay.
Like we should have all been together from day one.
Like we should have all been together from day one.
Love should be multiplied, not divided. How well did you do with that, Kody? Sorry. We're at Robin's rental house
It was
now.
really fun to tell everybody that the baby was a boy. I was really excited. I got what I wanted, and so I was excited to share it with everybody. Guess what? I'm a boy! And then we got to name it, so it turned into this little name game. Nice to meet you, baby boy Brown number 17. What are we doing?
Baby boy number 17 Brown. What?
He's just annoying.
Dave wants to name him Cleveland Brown.
Cleveland
Dave
Brown.
brings out
Great name.
Cleveland. The Cleveland Browns. Great, you know. And we have tons of city names for the kids.
Logan, Madison from
I
Wisconsin,
bet you
Savannah
half of
from
my
Georgia,
children have
Aspen
a
from
city with
Colorado,
this name,
Dayton
same
from
name.
Ohio.
Cleveland Brown, isn't that a person?
No, Cleveland Brown. They're a football team. The Cleveland Browns. Are they still in Cleveland?
Yes, they're still in Cleveland.
Christopher.
Jesse. No way.
Derek. Savannah. What do you think we should name him? Rick.
Simon spelled with a C.
Baby's all healthy. Everything's looking good. All the parts are in the right places.
You hear his
We wanna
voice, how
name
he's
him
just
now.
giddy.
Robin, what do you want to
He
name him?
can't, he's grinning from ear to ear. It's all about Robin. Robin's kids.
So Kody and I are going to a birthing class together since this is our first child together.
Oh, come on.
I took a birthing class 18 years ago, and I helped, you know, with the exception of the C-sections and pretty much Christine on Truly, I helped with those births, every one of them.
I mean, we've had different experiences. We have it. It's like first-time parents, kind of, as far as.
BS. I'm sorry. I had to hit pause. BS. I'd forgotten about this. She made him go to parenting classes with her as if the two of them are newlyweds having their very first child. This is his 17th child, and he has been present for all the births, and they were home births on top of it. And she's making him go to a birthing class. But he's just grinning from ear to ear. She's got an orange and white striped shirt on, and he's got an orange, white, and black vertical striped shirt. They match too. Of course, she's got the white long sleeve shirt underneath her orange. half shirt. This is when she was still wearing the undergarments. She was still proper, if you will. Okay.
Delivery, even though I know what I'm doing and he knows what he's doing.
We want to make
We
sure we're
don't
doing
know
it together.
together.
Yeah, it
hopefully you're in the right
changes.
place. This is Birthing Essentials.
So dumb.
Yeah, everyone here's pregnant, having a baby. So. Any first-time parents?
I kind of felt like the seniors that had to come back and get, you know, that last class that hadn't graduated or something weird like.
I'm almost sure there's no other
That
polygamists
might
in
be
this
her
little
case.
group. Robin has plague radar and she can pick them out from a mile away.
We're first-time parents. This is our first baby. I'm Robin, and this is Kody, and this is our first together. And we're kind of like,
She's like-
those, 16 kids, and I have 3, and
You don't have to say that, Robin.
Out a little bit.
So water's a really big one here in Las Vegas. You should be consuming close to a gallon. Soda doesn't count. Those kinds of things. None of that counts.
Water bottle. Drink some water, dear.
All right. So I want to
Just
talk a
shut
little
up,
bit
Robin.
about couples. Why do you think I would
Trying to
spend
be
some time
funny.
talking about relationships?
Because when you have a baby with someone you don't have a good relationship with, it does not go well. I was in a difficult marriage, and when
Really?
your
Tell us.
partner is not, you don't have a good relationship with that person, then it makes this place very, very hard as far as being, going into labor and having a child and that kind of thing. So it's a different thing to kind of turn the reins over to Kody and say, okay, yeah, you can be my birthing partner.
When she gets a contraction, she's not going to want to walk.
It's been definitely an emotional process for me to go through this and go, okay, yeah, I trust you in this place. I've never had a strong male figure there to help out with my births.
As a midwife, I've definitely cared for polygamous families, but I've never had someone sit in a class or be that vocal about their lifestyle because I think they've been living in quiet for so long.
That's not Robin. She's going to tell you all about it, whether you want to hear about it or not. She lives a polygamous lifestyle. Her husband sleeps with other women. That's the only thing that's polygamous about it. Oh, and the fact that there's a family pot of money that she takes from. If you want to call that polygamy, by all means. Moving right along.
So that's nice.
If you love each other and you love your kids and take care of them and live your truth, then who gives a crap what everybody else thinks? I
Right.
love a sister wife.
Let's not talk about it. I just wrote that on the notes today when I got yesterday. No, it was today. When I was waiting for my appointment, I was responding to comments and reading comments from the videos. And somebody said they totally understood Mary, where she came from when Mary was upset with Janelle for leaving the dishes in the sink. She's like, I need to have all the dishes put away. I have to have this. And she started going through the list of how everything has to be in her house. And then I asked her if she would marry me. Could use one of her in my life. Moving on. We're in another house here. I'm not sure which one this is. Oh, that looks like baby Truly. Yeah, Christine's house.
Wait, everybody keep coming back. We have a lot of food to put in the car.
I'm taking my family and all 4 of my wives to my hometown, Lovell, Wyoming, for their annual celebration, Mustang Days. We're going to be downtown in front of all these people as open polygamists. And I'm kind of worried that some of the townspeople would be a little upset by it. Then we're going to have a get together with some of my high school friends. I haven't seen some of them in 20 years. And this will be the first time they meet all of my wives.
I'm really excited to get out of Vegas. I'm just sick of sitting around, and I'm just kind of irritated because my family takes forever to go somewhere.
No kidding.
Let's go. We're gonna go now.
No kidding.
Turn off the computer.
That was Gabe. He looks like he's about 8 years old in this.
I'm so excited to go. I'm not even kidding.
So most of all, I'm actually looking forward to getting together with my best friend from my childhood, Ken Grant. Ken and I were best friends all through middle school and high school.
after high school, it's not uncommon for most Mormon or LDS boys to actually go on a mission. And they enter the ministry and they spend 2 years proselyting their faith. And Ken and I kind of separated there. And then I came home, joined another church. And he's like, holy cow, he joined a different church. He left the truth. 20 years ago, I was frustrated when Ken was saying this stuff to me. I put up my dukes. I quit associating with him because of it. Ken and I went essentially estranged for about 10 years.
Oh, I didn't catch that last time. I should start writing down things that I catch that I didn't catch the time before. Yes, I should. Let me pull out a pad of paper here. I thought Ken cut him off. Kody came out here and admitted I stopped associating with him. So Ken was concerned about Kody and was sharing with him that he didn't think it was right. And therefore, Kody cut him off. I stopped associating with Ken. Gosh, what was the other thing that I said? I'd forgotten already. Oh, shoot. There were probably a couple of them too, but there was something that surprised me that I had forgotten. Oh, I guess maybe just the whole scene of Robin making Kody go to birthing classes. Unbelievable. It's kind of a shocker when you go back over this, isn't it? Honest to goodness. Okay. Here we go. Oh, Kathy, I do remember that. Ken is a reoccurring figure on this series. I think this is the first time we meet him. Interesting. Maybe she's upset over, maybe he said it on this trip because she didn't seem to be upset with him. Right? That wasn't this trip. Wasn't that another trip when they went to see Ken and they were going boating on the lake? I don't think that was this trip. Well, we'll see. All right. Yeah, I think it was later. I don't even know if it was later in this season or if it was a couple seasons later that they all went for a trip and they were going to see Ken. That's what I seem to recall. Let's see.
Then I started doing business with him about 8 years ago, and it started to heal the relationship a lot. So I'm hoping getting back in town gets us back together, gets us sort of over some of that stuff.
Who do I have coming in this car? Teenagers? Are we okay there on seats? Oh, seats is fine. It's the space that I'm concerned about. There's some people up in Wyoming that are really not too friendly towards people in our lifestyle. We've got a long drive. I want patient voices.
16-hour drive it's going to be.
A lot of people in the Mormon culture are uncomfortable with polygamists. The root of our religion, our beliefs is the same, but there's a lot of things that are different, and polygamy is a big difference to have. Level is your perfect Norman Rockwell small town. Everybody knows everybody, and everybody knows everybody's business, whether or not they want it known. The town of Level is a very, very Mormon community. So it's understandable that, they might have a problem with us. So I'm really hoping that it goes well. I don't think we'll have people being angry at us personally, but I can guarantee some people are not too thrilled about us coming.
Well, I grew up on this ranch, and my parents were
Now they're at the
mainstream
Brown
Mormons.
family
They were members
ranch.
of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. You might know them as LDS. And I was an all-state football player and a champion wrestler and pretty mainstream. I went on my mission for the LDS Church. While I was on my mission, my parents converted to Mormon fundamentalism and became polygamists. And it kind of rattles me, they're excommunicated. They're kicked out of the Mormon Church, the LDS Church. And rightfully so, because they've essentially joined another church.
Well,
I come home from my mission extremely empathetic to their situation, but my faith was changing. I was seeing from a different viewpoint. And so very soon after this mission, I end up joining this fundamentalist sect that my parents were in.
I began to see it a little bit differently. I saw that they got kicked out and I thought that's not right. And I started looking with a different set of eyes at this is a religion that's just like the one that I was raised in, except I can sleep with multiple women and they can all provide financial sources to our family. Sign me up. Kody Brown. Okay.
You know, I was naive when I originally made the change of my church to another. And I didn't ever realize at the time the consequences in the relationships I had with my friends and how that would change. I would see friends and I would still have those warm feelings towards them, and then I would approach them and I would get the kind of sideways look, maybe a little bit of stink eye, you know, because they didn't know who I was anymore. They couldn't define me. I was a totally different person, and I had joined a cult.
Yeah, you did.
There was some.
And I had joined a cult. He did the little air quotes with that. Air quotes down, Kody. You joined a cult. He even made the comment just last year, right? That he implied that his prior religion wasn't a cult. I mean, how else do you explain the brainwashing if not a cult? I don't know.
Classmates of mine that thought Kody Brown was gay. Flamboyantly gay.
The baby's name is really strong, biblical name, and it's not a name you really hear a lot.
It's not.
I really am not enjoying these Robin scenes at all. She's such a different person.
Voting.
Which means she's putting on an act
from high school.
at the beginning.
Haven't seen him for a while. His name's Ken Grant. We're going to go out to Horseshoe Bend and have a good time getting in the water, I guess.
I made it.
Oh,
how's it going?
Kody needs to put the top up on the convertible before he gets out of the car to read Ken.
Hey, this is Robin.
Robin, good to meet you.
You've met Janelle before.
Yep, we have. This is my wife, Doris.
Doris, long time no see.
Hi, Christine. Hi.
It's Doris. I've never heard that name before.
Ken may not be very demonstrative. And so that natural affection that friends have for each other is strained. And so it's not natural probably for him to jump, you know, give me a big bear hug and say, missed you like crazy, man. Because he's still going, I don't even know who you are, man.
I got in more trouble with Ken than I ever have been in Sanser before. So we have a reputation here in Lovell and people talk about it. So we've got notoriety.
With his influence, it did happen that way a little bit.
My influence.
It
Yes,
was
I'm
him.
sure it would.
I never realized Ken's actually a good-looking guy. Makes Kody look even goofier. He's kind of puffy and like a little big doughboy. Ken looks like he's in shape. Good smile. Normal teeth. All right, moving on.
So are we driving our cars out as well?
Probably
Okay.
so.
I guess we'll just follow you there, Ken.
Well, Ken started taking the boats down to the water, and I was getting the food all to the picnic tables. I wasn't sure what the plan was, so I didn't know what we were doing. I was
this
just
is the
doing
one.
something, and that was getting food to the table.
We know there's a thunderstorm coming.
This is the one.
And it's talking about hail, heavy winds. So you can see it, but you know what? That's Wyoming. He tends to do that. And sometimes it's only 15 minutes.
I don't know where Kody is. I guess 4 wives now, sorry. You can get kind of busy and distracted. So
Don't you love this communication? Communication at its finest. I'm sure we had incidences of this prior to this beginning of season 3, but he's like, so I'm going to follow you, right? That was the last thing we heard him say. And he said, yeah. And then you watch them all going down the road and you see the little white convertible go turn off. And he's like, well, we went to the picnic table to set up because I didn't know what to do or anything. So that's just it was something to do. So we went to set up. We were just listening to you. You just got finished saying you were going to follow him there. So now Ken is there and he's getting the boats all set up and that. And he's like, no idea where Kody is. Good golly. I don't even know if they had cell phones back then. That was a long time ago. Unbelievable.
I guess he's got me doing all the work today.
Wait.
Steph, you had your baby on Super Bowl Sunday. Congratulations. That's exciting. I'm happy for you. Okay, moving back. Sorry.
You know what? It's the breeze just came up. The storm's coming in.
So maybe we eat first and then go?
I'm going to go find out what Ken wants to do.
One thing's for sure, Kody hasn't changed a bit.
Nah.
He's the same Kody. He likes the limelight. It's no surprise Kody went public with his lifestyle.
No
Ken,
surprise.
Are you ready for us yet?
Yeah, I think we can squeeze everybody in the 3 boats and get cozy.
Hey, Kody, with the weather, how about if we go and have lunch, then come back?
All right, we're going to eat now. We're going to go ahead and wait it out and go eat, and then we'll be good.
Lightning and water scare you?
Everything scares Robin.
It doesn't scare me. It should. But I had to write a...
I think it scares Janelle.
Yeah, it scares Janelle.
You know, as a child, I was terrified of thunderstorms. And even now, as an adult, cloud to ground lightning terrifies me. And when we're by the water, that's 10 times worse. I thought it was extremely stupid to go boating when the lightning was in the sky, because we're going to be like crispy. It'll strike the boat and we're all dead. I mean,
she's not lying.
Kody, let me introduce you to my brothers. Keith, this is Guy, my little brother. Keith's wife, Brooke. And Morgan is Brooke's little sister. And Afton is Guy's wife, and she's Brooke and Morgan's cousin.
Oh, wow. He's got our own family.
Yeah, a little different than you are, but...
the sunshine's coming. It's going to come. No worries. No worries. It's Wyoming. Give me 10 minutes. That's right.
I mean, I like Ken enough, but it's not like he's open and very warm and very inviting. So I was very surprised to see his family there, but they were so open and inviting and friendly.
We got a window of opportunity, so we'll load up, and then when you hear a whistle,
A whistle.
Whistle. Ken.
Are you all wearing them? No, I didn't wear any rings today. I'm like the person who loses it in the water. So,
yeah. So tell us what you all wear them.
It means love, loyalty, and friendship.
Women are always curious. They want to ask us lots of questions because they cannot wrap their heads around why we want to do this. Why us wives want to live this faith, live this lifestyle, share a husband, have sister wives. They don't get it. It's like, what?
So how is it with Kody now? Does he just go from house to house?
Yeah, I'm going to pause. Elizabeth, this is a very good question. I never thought it was Ken, but I barely know. I just know that he testified for somebody who was a friend of his who apparently was in a domestic violence situation. Does anyone have any details on that? I never made the connection that it was Ken, so I don't think so, because I feel like that would be out since he's been on the show a decent amount. It seems like they wouldn't have him on the show if there were that. But then my question is, who is this other friend? Because there doesn't seem to be very many of them. But then I guess if you're the kind of guy who's also beating on his wife, you might not have a lot of friends either. So Kody's just somebody who would testify for him, because that's Kody. Support the men, crazy women. Sally, look at the state of some of those cars. Yeah, all of them except for the white convertible. Boy, that automatic top went up with no problem. Ken has been standing there waiting. I know that a lot of you didn't see this, but he was standing there waiting to greet Kody. He goes to Kody's car, walks to Kody's car. Now, this would be a good, okay, here, we might end up having to be an analysis. Ken to Kody's car. Kody gets to Coyote Pass late, hour late, sits in his car and is all upset that everybody's not running up and greeting him in the ice cold weather, of which the agent said there was snow on the way up the hill. So cold, very cold. They didn't have coats, neither Mary nor Janelle. And he's got his panties all up in a bunch over the fact that nobody came to greet him. Okay. So now here, apparently this is what he expected. He arrives at Ken's place. They come out to greet him. He's still in the car. The other people are out of their cars. Kody's still in his car. And Savannah's in the back seat. I think Robin was next to him. I don't know who else was in the back seat. There may have been another little kid back there. I mean, there had to have been because he only took 2 other vans besides so there had to be 4 people in there. They had to have 2 little ones in the back. So we're watching everybody out greeting and saying hi to each other. And then Ken walk around Kody's car to the driver's side and Kody's just smiling at him as he's pressing on the button to have the lid slowly close. At this point, there was no threat of rain or anything. There was no reason. And they were getting back in the car to drive to the park place. But no, that was all for the camera. All for Kody. Okay. All right. It was Kyle Henderson. Mitchell Kyle Henderson. I'll have to write that down. I'm going to look up that, see if I can find anything online about it. Mitchell Kyle Henderson. Yeah, I didn't think it was Ken, and I thought that it would be weird if it were Ken. I'm going to switch the banners. So we have our second group of SOS supporters and our big supporters in this group. Okay. I'm curious to know what the relation between them were and if he was as horrible. Beat her half to death. Why would you testify for somebody who did that? But he's a nice guy. No way. I thought Kyle was the guy when the wives made snow angels. Didn't they make their snow angels at Coyote Pass? I thought they made them at Coyote Pass, so that would be Justin. Well, no, Justin sold it. He didn't. No, it was a female agent that sold him the property. I don't know what guy would have been when they did snow angels. And maybe I'm confused. Or maybe there were a couple different snow angel scenes. That could be too. Okay. Here we go. Let's continue on. Still sitting at the picnic table with Ken's wife, Ken's brother's wife, and then, I don't know, some other randos. Family randos. They're all related somehow to Ken. 4 women, and then across from the picnic table are the 4 wives.
He hates it.
How does he decide which house to stay at?
It's just usually just rotation.
Oh, really?
It's not rigid, set in stone.
We don't sweat it. Yeah, it's just, it's very fluid.
So when you guys don't know what it's like, have you gone through that?
No.
In a way, be nice.
Yeah. There's a lot of freedom. I have a lot of freedom to do what I want to do. And I get to do what I want to do.
Just one night at a time. You know what I mean? Just pack the double bag.
He likes to have it just in case because he has stuff at every single house.
This is what I get most of the time. I think you're great, but I don't know how you do it. Maybe sometime I should start to say, do what? What exactly do you mean? Because I honestly don't know what part of it they don't know how I do. Because I feel like going, I don't know how you do it. Are you serious?
Come on, Christine. I hate it when they act stupid on the show.
She had a job. I did. I've always worked since I was 15. I've always worked. And I like to be busy. It's been good to be in Vegas and have a little more flexibility with my schedule, but I'm bonkers.
That's the
part
I
I think would be so handy.
Hey guys, sun's out. So let's go. Let's go, mommy.
Ultimately, a monogamous marriage is really that different from a polygamous marriage. There's just a little bit more pieces.
But we all have a relationship. The 5 of us, the 2 of them, the 2 of them, the 2 of us, that
No, they
each
don't.
one of us have a intricate, detailed network of relationships within this marriage. But you know what? I have a monogamous relationship with each one of them, and we all work at it.
You don't work
The name
at
I
it.
want for the baby is something I chose a long time ago. I hope Kody's okay with it.
The LDS Church gets bad rap.
Kody smiling ear to ear again. I picked the name for our baby. I hope Kody's okay with it. He's like, Do you think he was ever smiley when it came to naming any of the other kids? Do you think he even remembered what Truly's name was after she was born? I bet he had to be reminded 100 times. Gosh, I like this blanket so much. So soft. It's so big. It's not what I expected. I got to look this up online. I think I did, and it was a couple $100. But I hate to misspeak because I looked at so much stuff. But there's part of me that felt like, okay, sorry. Back on track. You know what I found interesting? I'm going to end up having to put these all. It's probably going to have to be like and another thing from season 3. Maybe that's what I should do after all these live streams. I should look at my notes and I should do a really quick, like 10-minute and another thing based on each episode. Do you want me to do that? Maybe I'll do that. This would be one of the things I would mention is Robin talking about the rotation. They're like, well, how does that work with him sleeping with all of you? First of all, can we talk to the fact that Christine's like, I don't understand what people think is different about it. Like, oh my God, the acting like they don't understand how people don't perceive this as normal is really annoying. I know that she was raised very sheltered. I know that this is all she knows. And I know she was raised in a cult. But let's not act like we have no idea why somebody else, they're on a freaking television show because of their freaky lifestyle. So come on, give it up, Christine. Enough. It's going to start bothering me, the acting stuff from the past. It really is. That's going to be one of them. When she does I just don't understand why people find it so odd. They just got finished saying that they feel like there might be some level of persecution when they go up there and people aren't going to be that happy about their lifestyle and all that. Cut to, I don't understand. It's for the camera. Maybe it's not Christine's fault. Maybe TLC told her to respond that way. I don't know. But it's just so disingenuous to say something that's such a lie. Like, and why? Why make yourself look stupid? Like, I don't get it. Don't do that. Don't do that. Maybe that's what bothers me, is that Kody already thinks that the women are dumb. So for her acting like she's flighty doesn't serve her well in their relationship. And it doesn't serve anybody well on the show. Ugh. Okay, here we go. We're back. If I have the sound on, we'd be back. There we go.
Storm cleared, mostly. We still got dark clouds over there. We're going to load the family. We're going to go out. And we're going to inner tube, I guess. I didn't want to go alone to Lovell, Wyoming, because I wanted the opportunity to be able to actually do something with all of my wives and be recognized as a family with those peers that I went to school with and just say, hey, this is me.
Hey, all right, guys. Hang on tight. You won't be able to hang on.
You won't be able to hang on. Cody's so encouraging, isn't he? Great parent.
This is just where we usually cliff jump. I'm gonna pass.
McKelty's like, I'm off. It's all boys in McKelty jumping off the cliff. Aw, cute little Savannah laughing at the boys. Kody, when he jumps off, McKelty looked tougher than he did.
As soon as that boat gets in here, let's just creep out on the lake and kind of get rowdy with the boat.
Just what?
Yeah, rock a little bit.
Let's do it. When I was 20 years younger, Ken's reaction to my choices offended me. You know what?
I know,
see
you said it
different
already.
now. I see a way to bridge this gap in our religion and just let that go. If I was in his shoes and had the same situation happen to where my best friend left my faith and was doing something else, I might be a little bit defensive.
We grew up in the LDS church together, and I was completely clueless that you were merging into this fundamental thing.
I did this
because my mom bore a testimony of it, and I bought. I believed. I felt the call.
I remember when you guys first became polygamous, it was a big shock to the town. And I think one of the things that made him nervous is there was some active proselyting. Your family and the other family involved were sharing their ideas with some of the people in town. In fact, your mom was best friends with my mom and shared a lot of her thoughts with my mom. And my mom tried to talk your mom out of it. And they went their separate ways.
Yeah. Well, the enthusiasm when they first joined their faith was pretty strong. So they were very enthusiastic about it. So understand that in a lot of cases, just any enthusiasm might even seem like proselyting. At the same time, it's a kind of a lonely.
Listen to the excuses. Listen to the victimhood. He and his family joined this radical fundamental sect of their religion. It goes against what the LDS church believes right now. Then they are going and trying to get everybody else to leave the LDS church and join this as well. No apologies. No, you're right. They probably went about it the wrong way. Even if he has to say the other stuff that he's saying, all right? Even if I give him some grace and say, okay, he can still say, listen, they were a little over enthusiastic. They were very excited about this new faith of theirs. They wanted to share. It came from a good place. Even if he wanted to say that, there's no acknowledgement of any wrongdoing at all on his part or his family's part. Nothing. No. It's just, well, you got to understand. You may interpret it as it's a word I never use. Proselyte. I know what it means. It means to try to get you to go to their faith, but it's just, I don't know why it's hard for me to pronounce. Proselytizing? Because it's too close to prostitute that I don't want to screw it up. Anyway, I'll practice. So Kody's now saying, oh, you may have thought they were doing that. Well, I think they literally broke up their relationship over it. Ken is saying, your mom and my mom were best friends, but because of her constant trying to get her into this faith, their whole relationship broke up over it. Do you think that possibly, maybe, your family might be culpable, to use your word, Kody, at all in this situation? No. Excuse. All we've heard so far is excuses. And how not my fault, not my family's fault, not my family's fault. You misinterpreted it.
World. And so they might have been,
I remember you've made the comment that you wish you could be back in the LDS church.
For the social aspect of it, for the idea of just being to where I had the camaraderie with old friends.
The LDS church gets a bad rap because of situations that you're in, because people out there always want to pull them together into one group.
Right.
You were a Mormon, you got excommunicated, but you have a connection still, so they try to pull it together as though you're Mormons. Mormons still do polygamy, when that couldn't be farther from the truth.
Right. Ken has to deal with people saying, well, do Mormons have a lot of wives? So Ken has to dispel myths and rumors himself about his faith. And so it becomes a frustration to him. So it's very important to him that he make the significant distinction between our two faiths. He wants the distinction because he wants that separation and because he's dealt with prejudice because of it.
Well, I know we've never got into conversation as in spiritual doctrine.
I don't know if that's any sympathy.
And I've never really asked you that question because I really never wanted to hear it.
And I'm good with that.
Yeah.
You know, I'd rather be friends on the level that we're friends. You can ask the dumb questions like,
I don't mind harassing you. I can harass you and tease you all day long, but I don't really want to hear the doctrine behind it.
No, other than you guys want to know that I follow my heart, I think.
I should hope you did if you made such a
all right. Well, I guess
crazy decision.
In that case, then I don't have to justify it to anybody. I just say, hey, this is me. Take me as I am.
This is actually where the problem lies. Is for both Ken and I, our faith, our religion, and our beliefs are everything to us.
We've kind of organized a get-together with some of your classmates, people you were friends with back in high school tomorrow.
How do you think they're going to react?
When you come back to your hometown, it's probably going to be your
most difficult audience.
Our toughest crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm proud of you doing this. Let's go to the family.
All right, we're about to hit the rocks.
What's the reaction of townspeople to us going public?
I've had people. I'm proud of you for doing this. Interesting word. Kathy said next season is going to suck. Listen, probably. But it has the potential of being amazing because there were enough nuggets that were dropped and enough. We're going to start telling more of the truth that we've been hiding all this time in this last tell-all. But it's just a crack. It's just a crack. If they were to start prying open those cracks, they could have an amazing season. TLC could. They won't. Because it's Pedal Monkey and TLC, and they're awful. But they could. That's a shame of it. Ugh. So apparently TLC had Ken do all the legwork and arrange everything because he's like, we organized a get together with your classmates. Kody doesn't even know anything about it, really. He's just showing up. But that's what he did his whole life. He wouldn't organize or plan anything ever. Have we ever seen him organize or plan a thing? No. The only thing he had to do was, he didn't even have to organize and plan it. He had the teenagers there really helping him serve food. He still burned the food. It's just the worst. Kathy said, Jenny, I love you, but after next season, we're going to be cussing more than we are now. I hope not. All right, we're back. Here we go.
What's my voting?
Well, we're meeting up with a friend of mine from high school.
Shanna.
Haven't seen him for a while. His name's Ken Grant. We're going to go out to Horseshoe Bend and have a good time getting.
Whoa, how did it back up? That was weird. Hold on.
Oh my God!
This happened one other time. Do you remember that? When all of a sudden we went to the commercials and then it just started back like earlier? It did it again. All right, well, or do a little more chatting before we get back there. Darla McIntosh says, is it true that Mary is writing a book? She said she is. Now, she's been hinting at a book for a couple seasons. I don't know if she's ready to share it all based on this last tell-all, so I kind of hope she's not. I kind of hope she waits another year. I think she needs 12 more months of time away from Kody because it was I'm divided on her perspective and her interpretation of events. All right, I think, let me see if we've seen this already.
Like, hey, hi, we don't want to embarrass everybody around us.
Okay, this is
where we were. We're
idea. Yeah. Okay, here we are. We are horses, cows, probably back on the ranch.
We're back here in my hometown, Lovell, Wyoming, for Mustang Days. This is the first time I'm ever going back openly as a polygamist. I mean, everybody kind of knew.
All right, then who cares?
Openly. I'm being with my family, with my.
I just make that down, make a note of that. Everybody knew. So this kind of isn't that big a deal, right? Okay. Just wanted to get that clear because we're trying to make this out to be like a really big deal here, but everybody already knows, so okay. They're all sitting on the grass in front of Kody's childhood home, I guess. And Janelle's mom and his mom are both sitting there too.
Wives and all of us together, and kind of like, we're back to that whole thing where we were months ago, going, well, take us or leave us. This is who we are. Anytime I'd go to a parade in the past, I would go with my wives, but kind of not go with them. It wouldn't be like I was really with them. I would talk with them, but I would be 10 feet away from them, like, hey, hi, we don't want to embarrass everybody around us by me walking around with an arm around each one of them or something like that. Yeah.
He's such a dork. These early seasons, I forgot how awful they are. These are your two choices, according to Kody. Either I have to stand 10 feet away and go, hey, hi, like you don't even know who the person is, in the hometown where everybody knows who you and your kids are. Or option 2 is he's got to put both arms around both wives as he's walking. That is his example. There's no in between. There's no being normal. Kody does not know how to be normal. And here's a clear example of it. Well, I didn't know how to react. I was walk with my arms around 2 of them down the street or 10 feet away, wave and say, hey, hi over there. Oh my gosh. These early seasons, they're awful.
No.
Guy with his arm around 2 women, it's a very salacious, has a very salacious connotation. And for us, it's not like that at all. We have relationships, we have marriages, we've made
BS. He never has his arms around both of you at the same time. There's no showing affection in front of each other. That has been a major storyline of yours, Robin, this whole time. Why could we never be affectionate in front of each other? And here she's saying, no big deal to us at all if he's got his arms around both of us at the same time. Lies. Just lies. They just make stuff up for the show. Okay, moving on.
Commitments to each other.
I mean, the relationships we have are very special and very sacred relationships.
That's Mary.
So we don't want to throw it out there like,
yeah.
Well, you got the scarlet P on your shoulder. You just don't know who's going to ostracize you or not.
What's the reaction of townspeople to us going public?
I've had people comment, but not really favorably.
Not sure what to think, probably.
This is going to be really different.
it took a lot for me to go public. I really had to believe in what we were doing because I hate to be the center of attention.
I mean, there's been some people in the past that I've had interactions with here that really have made it known that they do not like the polygamous culture. My expectations are really, really, really low.
It'll be a gamble.
Yeah, for sure.
No, if we can.
10 minutes to very good. Now lay down.
It was nerve-wracking to me to go into this environment where I knew everybody would be looking.
You get what color matches your shirt. If you have a red shirt on, you get cherry.
They're all good people. They're good people. They just have the wrong idea.
We can always watch together, boys, okay?
Hi.
That was kind. That was nice.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Seems like everybody's nice to
Who
me.
does he stay with at night? Who does he sleep with at night? And how do you work that out?
Good
Well, that was a
question.
legitimate question.
Yes.
Jealousy has to be set in my opinion.
Yes.
How that works myself. I don't see how it could.
Let's forget you are pots.
It didn't.
Have you guys got hotter pots for the big family?
Well, I figure this way, he can live his life, I can live mine.
Wow.
Now I'm extra excited in my day. You take your time. No rush. No rush.
As their hometown, it kind of gives people the idea that polygamy is okay here. Polygamy was born here. And that's not the way the town is at all.
Okay, I don't think anyone thinks that, so they managed to find the one dumb resident to comment.
I really believed that I would someday be a polygamist. Even when I was on my mission, I didn't know how I was going to be a polygamist, but I believed that there was something about it. I don't know. These are just stirrings that I had. You know, there was spiritual stirrings. I don't know how to describe them. And so very soon.
Again, spiritual stirrings. That's another way of putting loins on fire. Spiritual stirrings is what led him to the faith. Mm-hmm. And again, if that was indeed true, that the Spirit was stirring them, they would not lead him down a path to the utter destruction, turmoil, death, angst, anger, division, everything that's happened in this family. So we know right from jump, Kody is not thinking with this head. Moving on.
Soon after this mission, I ended up joining this fundamentalist sect that my parents were in. And it was a spiritual transformation for me. Mary and I fell in love, and we had a wonderful experience investigating this faith,
Drink,
so to speak, together, because Mary was in it, but her and her family were sort of facilitating my experience a little bit.
Again,
I met Kody through his sister, and she introduced us, and he was not at the time a member of our church.
I was still LDS at that point when Mary and I met.
Up until that time in my life, I was still kind of trying to figure out where I was as far as, did I want polygamy for a lifestyle? Did I want to remain in this church? I was pretty sure I was going to stay there, but then I met Kody, and he was a member of the LDS church, and for that first little bit, I wasn't exactly sure where he was. Was he just remaining in the Mormon church, or was he wanting to become a polygamist? So it was kind of interesting just getting to know him and kind of discovering together that this is what we wanted, that we wanted to be a part of this polygamous church.
Mary, thank you so much for converting Kody.
I was just kind of whooped because he was really cute at the time. And so
there's the truth. I was just going to say that. It's whatever Kody wanted. She was whipped, and she would do whatever he wanted. And he said, I like you a whole bunch. I want to sleep with you, but it'd be really cool if there were other women as well. That's what it came down to. Spiritual stirrings. Here we go.
I figured, okay, if I have to have sisterwives in order to get this cute guy, I guess I'll do it.
She's speaking the truth. She's joking.
In that spot right now.
But she's speaking the truth. I'm telling you. I know. I don't think Aspen will spill the tea, though. I'll be honest with you. I don't think she will. She never has. The closest she's gotten to spilling the tea is it's not really spilling the tea, but like speaking out is when they were moving to Flagstaff. And she's like, I don't understand. This doesn't make sense. We're not going to go too. You're going to pick up and move again? Like, we all moved to Vegas here. Now we're all planting roots in Vegas. And now you're leaving and going to Flagstaff. If we uproot and we all go to follow you, who's to say he's not going to do it again? Or you all aren't going to do it again? Christine didn't have an answer. I feel like God is leading me. Again, how'd that turn out for you? Oh, this family, I can't. So I don't think so, but Maddie. Maddie needs to be the one to write a book because she has always been very good about speaking her mind. Okay, we're back.
So after the break, we had one more big hurdle left. We were headed to the High Art Theater downtown, where we were going to meet up with some of Kody's friends from high school.
I was actually pretty nervous.
A lot of my peers would see polygamous or my new faith, or me even, they don't know me anymore. They can't define me, and they can only define me by stereotypes they understand. And essentially to them, I'm a bad dude. I'm an evildoer.
I was really excited to go and meet some of Kody's old girlfriends. I just kind of wanted to know what they'd be like and what they think of him now. Do you still find Kody attractive? You know, I wanted to.
Are you still digging on our husband?
Are you still digging on our husband?
I'm nervous. I'm going into this environment a little bit nervous about what it's going to be like.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Christine went up and hugged somebody she knows.
Knew that I was a plig, and actually having this experience where now
everybody's
I'm a
hugging.
public polygamist, you know, like the whole
Did they
world,
meet
not
before
just my
this?
little community in a whisper, not wink, nod here. Now they all really know.
This is Janelle, Christine, and Robin. Paul and I have tons of water under the bridge.
I knew your dad. I used to be.
Tons of water under the bridge. Wait, how does he use that phrase now? He uses it for when things are there's a lot of turmoil, right? Because water under the bridge means it's over, it's water under the bridge, it's gone, out of sight, out of mind, forgotten. And he always used it the opposite. So he's saying Paul and I always had so we always had turmoil, I guess. Boy, trying to interpret this man speaking, it's never easy. I probably went down the river too. That's right, Capricorn. Oh gosh. All right. You can't find season 3, episode 5 now. This is on Discovery. I got it on Discovery. TLC took down almost everything. I had to get a Discovery subscription. I have more subscriptions. I have my YouTube subscription so I can watch this stuff without having to deal with all the commercials. I've got this cable subscription just so I can get access to it when it comes out on TLC. And that was partly also so my daughter could see the Cleveland Browns games. But it's just easier to have the cable and then have it all together. But then I had to get the Discovery subscription because, I don't know, we might end up getting rid of Rectum because it's not the best. I'm going to have to look into things, but it's just a lot. Oh, you were looking at Hulu. Hulu may have taken it down because all these places buy packages for limited amounts of time. So like you'll find it on Netflix and then a year later it'll be on Hulu and then a year later it'll be on Amazon and a year later it's on Discovery Plus. Discovery Plus makes sense because it's part of the whole family. So I think they took it off of TLC. Why? I don't know. And then put it on to Discovery Plus, which is kind of an umbrella over TLC. And then NBC is sort of an umbrella over all of it. Okay. Kody, there's no river. Aren't you down the river? Oh. Can anyone see season 20 on Discovery? I cannot see it in the UK. You can't see it on TLC or you can't even see it on Discovery Plus. I can see on Discovery. Oh, well, let me look. I shouldn't say that. Like I know it, because I was watching it on just I have it recorded. Let you know, Lundy. Here we go. Discovery Plus, Sister Wives. They were showing all of them. It was the day after when they would have, but they would have every episode this season. Let's see, season 1 through 20. Yeah. They've got season 20 on Discovery Plus, at least in America. Okay, we're back to the show. This lady's leaning in and shaking hands with Kody saying, I knew your dad. I used to date him. Well, I'm sure that he'd be happy. Are you single? Because you still can date him. Win is open. Here we go. It's a very odd get together here because this is supposed to be, we haven't seen these people since he was in high school. And yet, Christine walks in and instantly goes up to the one lady, walks up to her and gives her a big hug. And then everyone else is giving hugs in that too. So I think there may have been another day where they all got together and met each other, possibly. Or maybe they go up there and they see them all the time. I don't know. Where is the lie? Listen, I'm going to poll you guys. Yes, I am. Live stream and poll. Okay. Do you think this is the first time the wives are meeting Kody's friends? You tell me what you think. Okay, the poll is up. Okay, we're back.
Oh, now that's a story. Hey, Janae, how's it going? I'm good. Nice to meet you. I changed my faith. I changed my church. And my friends from Lovell, all my peers that I grew up with, no longer able to define me. And they see me as this guy who, okay, remember this fundamentalist cult is what they might call it. There were probably some things that just not understanding it put a big rift, this huge separation between us and caused this disassociation.
I remember memories actually with all of you at this theater. Did you ever have, your arm around the
course he
girl
was in
or
theater.
two at the same time?
Never two.
No.
So funny.
I did, but I got that thought out of my mind early.
We did right up, Ken. We did right up.
It was where Ken was cured. See my defense mechanism up. I'm like, okay, guys.
Closing in.
Suck it to
Tell us
me.
the dirt.
He painted my headlights black.
He painted your headlights black.
Yes. So every day when I would come out and try to go to work, my car would be sabotaged.
It was his way for him getting your attention.
I guess. I didn't know that. I just thought he was, the dorky boy who was just trying to be the center of attention all the time.
Yes, he
Yes,
is.
he was a dorky boy. That was a center.
Do you remember that play we ran together?
Where I had to hug you? Yes.
Yeah, well,
It was like torture.
I think the crush started then. She had no idea then, though. At least that's what seemed to come out, that I had a crush on her.
Shocked you had a crush on her.
Yeah. Oh, Janae, I had a crush on you. It's like till I was a junior, I was probably crushing on you. But you pretty much dodged a bullet.
And I think you dodged a bullet.
Well, thank you. So that's fun. Right here.
That's fun.
I remember going on an official date with you to Billings. And do you remember your arm was around me?
Yeah.
In that spot right there? He just rubbed this spot forever.
Meg and I were very, very platonic. And Megan, you knew that you were the date I would go on in order to convince my parents that I wasn't dating steady another girl.
Thanks, Kody.
Whatever. No, but we were dear friends. That's the thing everybody has to
You
understand.
used me then.
Friends go
What he
on dates
said.
all the time. In fact, friends. But you guys wanted to ask me what the crap, right? You're like wondering why.
Well, here we grew up with Kody, and we thought he had the same beliefs we had. And turns out he took a different direction that surprised us all.
Did it surprise really any of you?
Yeah.
It surprised all of you?
I was clueless.
Really?
For those of us that were raised with you, I mean, this, polygamy to us is just such a foreign concept.
Yeah.
No matter what your theological belief is, the fact that you chose to have more than one spouse is because we know you as Kody Brown, and that's how we knew you our entire lives. And so for me personally, it's just surreal. All the babies and everything, it's really just surreal.
Kody and I always got along through high school, good friends. Shortly after I got home from my mission, and I had heard things about his family, and I assumed that probably Kody was going to be involved when he got home from his mission, but didn't know for sure. The fact that I thought you were going to be a polygamist bring in a lot of friction.
Yeah, it seems crazy. I think I would have honestly, if I'd have been in your shoes, I think I would have thought the same thing.
I didn't take it personal. I just thought he was stupid. Honestly, I couldn't figure out what was going through his head, and it made no sense to me how he could do such a thing.
I don't really want to go there anymore. It's like I don't want to sit and bear my testimony to you guys or explain to you guys why I believe this way or anything like that, because
You just want to be their friend.
yes.
When I found out that you were a polygamist, then it's going to sound kind of weird, but I just kind of saw it as kind of a built-in way for you to be the center of attention all the time, which is exactly what you'd always been. And maybe I assume too much, but that's kind of the way I saw it. Yeah, this is how I could always be the center of attention. How can you not be with 4 wives and 16 kids?
And it's always a joke around when people talk about you. They'll say stuff to me because they knew we were best friends.
Yeah.
And, of course, they're always going to bring up sex. And that's his reason, that's how they relate to it, because they have no other way to relate to why you'd do such a thing.
When people assume that Kody's living this life because of sexual gratification, it makes me angry. First of all, they don't understand who he is. Second of all, these are very special, sacred relationships to us. We all chose this. We really know that's not what it's about. I mean, I've said before, sex is cheap. Wives aren't. Kody is a very moral man.
Sex is cheap. Wives aren't. Interesting. Okay, well, it's not about, for him, I think it's attention even more than sex, quite frankly. I think that friend of his hit the nail on the head. I just thought it was perfect that you became a polygamist because it's a built-in way to be the center of attention all the time. It's that, and they have their finger on him, boy. They know who Kody Brown is. He couldn't argue with it. All you could do would be like, true. It's true. Everything surrounds Kody. He's the dad to all these kids. Everybody's fighting for his attention. He's the husband to these 4 wives. They're going to be fighting for his attention. And Robin's always going to win. They didn't know that at the time Robin came into the family, but that's the way it turns out. So for her to say sex is cheap, but wives aren't, I find that funny. I just find it funny. It's almost like a Freudian slip for her. Yeah, she's not cheap, that's for sure. Janelle is. She brought in a ton of money and gave it to everybody else. So he's interesting.
And we are very moral women.
I didn't know that you were
We are very
polygamist as
moral
early
women.
on as your other friends did. And I knew that if anybody could pull this off, it would be Kody, to bring it out in a more public way. But at the end of the day, what you do and how you live your life, does it really matter to anybody else?
Well, it matters because if we cared about Kody growing up, and now we feel like he's made a decision that will eternally affect him forever.
But those are his decisions and his choices.
I know, but it still hurts us.
We still love Kody.
If we care about him,
So we
we're
want-
going to care about him eternally. And we personally feel like he's got an issue come Judgment Day.
But it's his issue. It's not our issue.
Okay, this is very confusing to me. And again, I'm not LDS, but do the LDS believe that if you're not LDS, that come Judgment Day, you're not going to go to heaven? So it's not about believing in Jesus, it's about being LDS? Because that sounds like what Ken is saying here. I didn't know that. It's our way or no way in terms of, so you go to hell if you're not an LDS? Do they really believe that? Shocking if they did. I gotta turn off my heat now. I was freezing before. Okay. They are the only right religion in their mind. Wow. It's really interesting, especially because the Bible is just full of Jesus condemning religion. It's more that than him. He doesn't say much positive, if any, about religions. It's always just about this personal relationship and accepting Jesus. End of story. And getting rid of all this religiosity and rules and everything affiliated with it. It's very interesting. Okay. I didn't know that. Wait, there was something else I was going to say here. I can't remember what it was. Oh, I do know I'm going to switch the banners to keep the lights on level. Thank you all. You keep the lights on level people. And let me quickly go through and read. Oh, there they are. Our members. Here we go. Took me a second. I apologize. Bounce, 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 bounce. Thinking. Really? Really? Well, we're not gonna forget. Okay, there you are. I might have too much stuff saved on my computer if it's going to go that slow. Our exclusive SOS members are Linda Merman, Anonymous, Naomi, Kitty 1838, Sandra, Emily Roy, Jinsey, Living an Eclectic Life, Holly Jones, Heather B, Shanna Banana, Mary S, S Castle, Elizabeth Rafferty, Cindy Diller, Kendra MP, Kenya Pinheiro, Lisa F, Anesthetic Life, W.A. Russell, Kim Helper, Libby Scher, Monica Nilsson Solos, Bertie K, Carol Annie D, Oli Moly, Star, Lisa Elmer, Libby Scher, Janet Ebert, Steph Stevens, Ido Sodal Peterson, I'm Your Huckleberry, Alyssa 1704, Laura Gruber, Patricia, Tracy's Fractured History, and more, Kimberly Beckstead, Lavender Vanilla, Jane Morgan, Oceanborn, Lisa Ochino, Amanda Scott, Joni C, Karita 30, Lisa Gasca, Joni C 615, Allie D, Echo Gilman, Christine Werhope, Lean, Cindy Gregory, Laura McWilliams, Dee Dee, Steamfrog99, JLu, Jennifer Harmon, Marie Lingham, Evie, Stacy G, Karen Perks, Gil Virgo, Shotzi's Peace, Marcia Cooper, Diana Almeida, Farron, Amy D, Lindsay B, Lisa, Xochitl Mario, Carla Colson, Alexandria Swan, Rain Lady, Sarah Lewis, Marie Crabb, Waldo's Bomb, Danny Towns, Ms. Lita, Ladybird's Bomb, Donna Redmond, Jessica Denham, and Kaylin. And our big supporters are Leslie Reddick, Yvonne, April S., Carol, Sally House, Maggie Goronsky, Sailboat RN, CP, Jen, Becky S., Darlene Hall, Deborah Sabella, Liz S., Alwyn the Mini Chef, Mary, J Shanty 3, Linda W., Aaliyah, Crafty Florida Lady, Shaniqua Smith, Lynn Skinner, and Knit My Bit. Thank you all, and all the Keep the Lights On level people as well, for supporting the channel. I appreciate you. Now, back to our show. Here we go.
Well, I feel bad.
When you love somebody, you still want to, you know.
It's not like, well, you know, if he goes to hell, so be it. It's not my problem.
You know, this is the big issue for Ken, is the fact that I joined a different faith, and it's tough for him. And out of his own empathy for the salvation of my soul, so to speak, it's hard for him to accept that I've made this choice.
It's just like, yeah, stupid Kody. You know, and it bring in an uncomfortable feeling, knowing that he was going polygamy.
I live my faith every day. I live it because I believe it and because I love them. I don't think I need to defend it verbally to my friends. Megan, who's never seen us public, she knows that I love my wives. So I don't need to defend it. I just need to live it.
We've had this great experience over the past couple of days with Ken, and I knew that he was open and accepting. And so I was a little bit surprised at some of the stuff that he said.
You know, we can be tolerant of you doing your own thing. But if we saw you proselyting and bringing in others of our friends into your faith, that would bring back all the hard feelings again.
I don't want them in my church. If Ken wanted to be a fundamentalist Mormon and become a polygamist, I'd tell him he was stupid. I would. I mean, what, are you nuts?
So, do you believe in this faith or don't you, Kody? That is the craziest thing I ever heard. At least you can say, at least I have more respect for Ken, who's like, listen, I was born and raised in this way, and I truly believe that if you don't believe the way I believe, you're going to go to hell. And I care about you because you're my friend. So it's really bothering me that you've switched and gone to another way, because he truly believes in it. He believes in his faith. I have so much more respect for that than Kody here, who's like, I've gone off to this fundamentalist thing, and it's just for me. It's for nobody else. Nobody else could handle this. Only I could do it. It's just for me. It's just proof that it's not about the faith. It's just him wanting attention, wanting whatever. But it's not something he would want anyone else to do. Interesting. But yet they still claim that this is something that they truly believe in. Because this is only season 3, the beginning of season 3. Ugh.
You're in your faith and you know it and you believe it. Why do you want to come over here?
Can I say something to Ken? Our church actually does not really condone us going out and preaching.
Right. And Kody has explained that.
We don't. In fact, anybody who comes to us from the LDS, the mainstream LDS, is usually searching, and they have to do a lot of hard work to actually find us.
I felt like you were so good about it. You just sat there and listened to Ken say this stuff, and I was like going,
I'm just going to play the devil's advocate here. I'm not picking one side versus the other side. I find it interesting that you say that you would be offended if they tried to teach you about their belief system when you sat here and said, while I was on my mission. So obviously you think it's okay for you to go out and tell people about your theological beliefs. But what I'm hearing from you is that you don't think it's okay for someone else to go out and talk about their theological
Kody
beliefs.
could come to me and use information that I grew up with, tweak it a little bit, confuse me, and get me to decide he's right. That is much more dangerous than two totally different foundational beliefs. So him leaving our religion and then trying to drag more people with him is much more threatening than if
That's interesting.
a Catholic convinced me to become, or a friend of mine to become Catholic. That's not as threatening.
It was this double standard that was making me angry, because it's like, I could be a Catholic and come tell you about my belief, but I can't tell you about my belief because what? It's too close to yours and I'm going to confuse you?
I kind of agree, not agree, but understand, I should say. Because he feels like Kody's manipulating what he has now, as opposed to somebody else coming with a whole different idea and then saying, oh, yeah, I'm going to throw the baby out with the bathwater. Not that it's better or worse, but I'm going to go a whole new direction. That it's less, I think, because, and that could come from, there is scripture somewhere that says, you know, woe to the person who manipulates and takes scripture and twists it to their own gain. Like, so I think it might be, and that could be where I understand it from, or I can sympathize with that philosophy of, there's something in there that says it's not good for you to be manipulating scripture. So just leave it as it is, let it stand as it is. So if you're going to, and so that's his perception. Now, was Kody twisting it? I don't know. I mean, I think this whole faith is just warped. I don't think it's not in the Bible. I don't think it's twisting anything. I think they just created something. They're just coming up with their own rules. So I don't know.
You don't know your own religion, so I'm going to confuse you with my interpretation of your religion?
To me, this is what I believe. To me, this isn't a twist of anything. And so when he said that, oh, I was furious. I was ready to get my Bible out and my Book of Mormon out, and I was ready to go, well, how do you explain this? Explain this.
Our friendship is being tolerant.
Okay. I would love for her to have continued on that. I wish TLC would have dived into that and said, excellent, this is good content. This is what people want to know, because people are very confused why you're choosing to do this. What is in there? Point out. Like, I feel like she's just throwing out hypotheticals. I don't think that she could do that. But if she can, I think it would be great. That would be great content, right? Show us what is in there that, and then how is, and then if it's different from Ken, how is it not? Like, could this not be? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I would be fascinated by an actual debate between them, where he would say, this says this, and they would say, this says this. And he'd say, well, yeah, but you're manipulating that because of this. And then I would just love to see it go back and forth, because I can't see how polygamy is going to win at the end of it. But like, just Bible based. But then she said, bringing out the Book of Mormon too. So that's just a whole separate thing too. All right. Let's see here.
With each other's beliefs, enjoying each other's company, wishing the best for each other.
And that's a really good place to be.
When you go through the initial shock, it's just going to be that way.
Right.
So we've been through the shock factor. Now we've moved on and can be tolerant.
I really wouldn't sit here and say to my friends, listen, this is the greatest thing.
It is a little insulting that he keeps using the word tolerant, I will say. You know, but okay.
At the same time, I look at these 4 women in my life and our relationship and our love and our friendship and our family and our children, and I say, wow, this is the greatest thing. This isn't for Kim, and I'm not expecting it to be for them. He's chosen his life and his path, and I chose mine. And I want to be able to have friendship in spite of those differences.
There were some classmates of mine that thought.
That's where I find it to be very sad, I guess, just from a religious point of view. If you really believe your religion to be true, then you don't want to say, this isn't for you. You know, then is it really true? Is it only true for certain people? Is it only true for the holy? Is it only true for the strong? Is it only true? Is true or it's not true in my world? That's how I was raised. It's truth or it's not truth. So it's a little, disarming, disappointing that they come from the philosophy of this is true for us, but because then it's like, well, what do you stand on? You know, I don't know. It's a little confusing to me, but again, that's just the way I was raised. That's my interpretation of it. All right, we're back to cows. Here we go.
We're back here in my hometown, Lovell, Wyoming, for Mustang
It
Days.
jumped back again.
This is the first time I'm there.
It's the
why
fact
does
that
it
you
keep
chose
doing
to
that?
think it's okay for someone else to go out.
Explain this.
Our friendship is being tolerant with each other's beliefs through the shock.
This is the great, wow, this friendship, in spite of the struggle with the baby.
Here we go.
So I'm here going to Horseshoe
Mm-hmm.
Bend again to see fireworks.
It's where we voted yesterday, but
Yes.
we get to go now.
We're gonna go see the fireworks.
Blue hoodie.
Who has food? I don't think that they can do fireworks in this kind of wind. Yes. Yeah.
You're Wendy's sister.
Exactly.
Help me name, I'm sorry.
Julie.
Julie. I'm sorry,
Do
Julie.
you remember Jason?
Jason Jolly?
Yeah, go see him. Go right here, Kody.
This works for me. It's different now to be able to come to a place where we're all plagues, and rather than having the scarlet P put on us, we're literally actually being befriended. People are saying, I don't care about your lifestyle, you're my friend, and I like you. And there were people I knew. These are people who knew me before I was public, and they were just sweet, sincere, and genuine to say hi to me.
Okay, I'm going to pause now because this is the revelation to me. This is not a religion to them. I don't think it's a religion to them. I think it's a lifestyle, just like he said. Don't criticize my lifestyle. I can criticize your lifestyle. You want to do that? That's your choice. It's him saying that this is his religion and that, well, we don't know because they don't really explain it, do they? They don't really explain to us all the different craziness of why you have to, what part of the religion requires you to have so many wives. But I really think he just did it because he wanted to do it. Hi, Black Swan Gothica. Welcome. Yeah, I think he just wanted to be a polygamist because one, as the one lady said so well, I wrote it word for word, it's a built-in way to be the center of attention all the time. And then two, it's to be able to sleep around / escape and not have the responsibility or have to deal with any problems with one. It is a crazy religion designed by men clearly so that you can just walk away. Oh, you're being a little bit of an egg today. I'm going over to this one's house. You're not satisfying me this way. I'm going over to that one's house to get them to just compete with each other to be the better wife. It's crazy. It's insane. But I think that's what it was this whole time. He can call it, couch it in the term religion if he wants, but I don't think so. It's a lifestyle. And it's an excuse. He's using religion as excuse, which is very, very frightening. Again, I do believe there's scripture about that. I don't know exactly what it is. One of these days I should be getting good at, no, my brain is beyond the age of memorizing scripture. It's never going to happen, Jenny. It's never going to happen. Don't say you're going to do it. Don't even attempt to say you're going to do that. Okay. All right. So Kody is sitting here. They're up at the fireworks now at the end of the day. It's very windy. Mary thinks there's no way you're going to be able to do it. And that's just really, this is before she was working on her voice.
Is Nevada going to be a good deal?
And the guy talking to Kody said, is Nevada going to be a good deal? I don't know what that's about. Is Nevada going to be a good deal? I wonder what they're talking about.
And I like you. And there were people I knew. These are people who knew me before I was public, and they were just sweet, sincere, and genuine to say hi to me.
Is Nevada going to be a good deal?
We're already running into great opportunities. I'll be selling real estate in a couple months.
So is the laws a little more relaxed out there?
There's no, well, yeah. They struggle with illegal prostitution down on the strip all the time. They think they're going to bother me.
I don't know. I got to be really careful about my opinion because
Oh yeah, it can get you in trouble.
and my opinion can get me in trouble. And I start talking politics with all my friends. I just don't let me do that. Let's talk about old days in football.
Yeah, sounds good.
I do hear a lot of slack from people in the public, you know, like that's just disgusting or gross. When we were in high school, we kind of thought that he was gay. Flamboyantly gay. He just had a very feminine side to him.
Oh my gosh, here's a picture of him in a dress.
And he always had this thing with his hair, like he would flip it around all the time.
Oh my
like he still
gosh!
does. I'm pretty sure that Kody is not gay.
Tried to be fashionable. I tried to be. I mean, nowadays you term it metrosexual. That
Kody
you
is
know
very
you're
metrosexual.
a fashionable guy who might be in touch with this feminine side.
Might be. I'm going to have to do an episode recap of this for everybody because I know a lot of you can't see it or don't have access to it. But TLC did a lovely job of doing a montage as, you know, how it kept cutting. You kept hearing the lady talk and then stop, and then she was talking and then she stopped and it was going to music. It was cutting to pictures of Kody being very flamboyant. That was back in season 3. It's crazy. Oh my gosh. All right. I don't know what I was getting ready to write down here, but I just thought that was amazing. Okay. There's the fireworks.
Holy cow! This is impressive. This experience gives me hope for my children.
Experience.
Or for any plague kids, fundamentalist Mormon kids, that they can be who they are and not be ashamed. And this actually gives me a lot of hope for my mother in this community now. I feel like I can tell her that she can walk down the street and be involved in the community with her head held high. You know, there's no animosity there anymore. It's safe for him to come out.
Wow. Kody just changed the entire culture all by himself. He went there. He changed the thoughts, the minds, the opinions, the attitudes, and the responses of everybody in Lovell, Wyoming. I was going to say Kody, Wyoming. In Lovell, Wyoming. Yes. He's amazing. He's taken full credit for all of that. And now, because of that, his own mother can walk down the street with her head held high. She couldn't before. Now she can. God, Kody is amazing. Yes, Wendy, he made it safe. He made it safe.
In the end, I just felt like I had a warm welcome. It was like a sweet homecoming. We decided on the first name of the baby, and it's going to be Solomon.
I love that name. I think it's really cool. I like the old-fashioned.
I do too.
Because I kind of like that kind of thing.
See, and I thought, oh my word, that poor child. That's way too big a name for a little kid like that.
I love King Solomon. I love him. And so I thought, oh yeah, okay, that's kind of cool. He's a cool guy to name after.
I like the name. It's a strong, masculine name.
Masculine.
For our little boy.
Well, I don't think the name, if that's his intent, matches. Sadly. I think Janelle was a little bit more on point. That name's a little too big for this little boy. That's okay. Everybody can grow into their name. You can choose whatever name you want. I just find it funny. It's strong and masculine. That's why we went with Solomon. Okay. Very good. That's the end of the show. All right. We will not have an episode. Well, we can talk for a minute here. But just to remind you, there will not be, I will be driving en route down to Tennessee on Monday, which is why we're doing this on Saturday. And then everybody else can be part of the rewatch crew throughout the week. And I hope to next Monday be back live with you all. Unsure if that's going to be happening. I might be driving again on Monday all day. In which case, maybe since I have the stools, my husband put them together for me yesterday. I have a stool and I will have a countertop. So I will sit in an empty condo because I should have a mattress by then too. I'm bringing some sheets with me. So that'll be my plan. Sunday night. Or maybe should I do Sunday night or Sunday afternoon? Probably Sunday night. Sunday night, we will do our life. Maybe we can go boom, boom, boom again. I'll do all 3 in a row. We'll do this for 2 hours. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll do revenge for an hour. And then we'll take a short break, just like a 15-minute break. And then we'll do the SOS exclusive live, of which I'm not sure what it's going to be right now. We have to discuss that. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Welcome, Deborah. Glad you're here. He's definitely in touch with his feminine side, Black Swan Gothica said. He's effeminate, so much so he's probably a bisexual who hasn't acted on it. Or did he in college? Well stated. He did say it was a he. In fairness, Kody screws up language all the time. But he did refer to the tryst as a he. Just saying. Was it Freudian? Or is it just Kody screwing up language and using the wrong words for the wrong things? Could be either one. Could be either one. But he is very effeminate. And shockingly, that they just come right out and said flamboyant. Not just effeminate, but flamboyant is how they described him as what he was in high school. So I personally believe that there is a possibility that he does tend to bend maybe both ways. And polygamy was a good way to cover that up. Just keep him occupied and busy all the time so that he doesn't slip and do what he did when he was in college. Or maybe what he slipped and did with his wrestling buddy. What's his name? The one he went on the mission trip with. I know he got married and he has a woman too, but again, I think that that's required in their faith. So allegedly, and this is all allegedly, because I know nothing for a fact. I'm just saying, just as she stated what she thought, I'm stating what I think, what it looks like from the outside looking in. Okay. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to all of you. Enjoy the rewatch for all those who couldn't make it. And for anyone who's interested, come on back for a little tea. I'll be wearing my crown and we're going to be reading a chapter in Revenge. You can join in at any time. Each chapter is its own topic, so feel free. That's at, I believe, 7 p.m. tonight on Reality TV Breakdown, the other channel. All right. I think that's it. Let me... Oh, yeah, we do have an outro. Okay. I'll see you next week. Some of you, I'll see you at 7. Other channel, be there. Everybody's invited. It's open to everyone. Bye.
I remember when Sonny and Cher got divorced when I was 6, and it rattled me.
I had a lover in college, and it was a little tryst. I was a naughty boy. I had a dirty thought, and I thought David and I should go on a guys trip together.
I might have to agree. That would be cool.
I just thought, no.
David out on a guys' weekend.
Yeah, that's just would be cool.
Oh, he was kind of up for it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Things that make you go,